To blades that never fall, to the warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. In the ring we stand tall, words are blades that never fall, to like warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. Through the noise we cut clean, spirited, mind sharp and keen. With a spark that lights the night, join us in this epic fight. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by law. Dive in deep in the search for more. From heartfelt talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by law. Dive in deep in the search for more. In the ring we stand tall, words are blades that never fall. Debate like warriors brave, every thought we give and save. Through the noise we cut clean, spirited minds sharp and keen. With a spark that lights the night, join us in this epic fight. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts gleam. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena there's no chance to escape the vibrant lore. Dive in deep and search for more. From heartfelt talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts gleam. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Heard. Will be heard. Will be heard.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Spartan HQ Network. I am your host, as always, the Ghost of Sparta, aka Peter. How is everybody doing on this chilly night? The weather always acts weird, but we're here to talk. We're here to cause some trouble. We're here to piss people off, like I always love to do. Not always, but yeah, you get the idea. But I can't do this by myself. I gotta bring my guys in. Let's bring the first guy. He is the most incredible person in the world. He is the Groot of the show, aka Black David. Your facial expression every time I do it is classic. This is why I do it. So let's get my boy in here. He is the trouble, the reckless, my boy, Reckless Ray. What good?
He get a better intro. He get the horn, and I get a I am Groot.
You're always
Okay.
bad at everything.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
Well, that was fast. You even passed not even 10 minutes into the show, and you guys shut the fuck up already. That's a new
Dang.
record for you, David.
Don't worry. I'll have someone make the soundtrack for me or a MIDI version of that when you say that and you see me have the massive middle finger like
You know what you should do?
Hame, ha.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
What we should do, we should find a way how to clip this correctly. Just your face up there, and when I hit the button, a little screen.
And
that
don't
you jump
worry.
out.
Then you see different level. You see regular level. You see Super Saiyan level 1. See Super Saiyan level 2. Then you see Super Saiyan level 3.
Look like you about to shit yourself, bro.
It ain't gonna happen.
I've seen worse. All right, we're here to talk about our relationship. A lot of work. Who wants to first dialogue open up? David. Yep. David. Hey, David is the guinea pig.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sparta HQ Network, where a topic we are talking about is relationship is a lot of work. Now, if you ask me, I'll give you a massive hell yeah. But I can also say it could be beneficial or not beneficial, depending on who is your partner or your spouse is. In some case, you can put over 100% in the relationship, and the other partner can only put 10% and make you feel like you're carrying all the weight. Or you have someone who is very considerate, have a level of self-awareness and self-reflection skills, will make sure they even the scale. We're in a society whereby people are now too damn scared to even make any chances of putting any effort. While some people, whether they, I say some is a very small percentage like us guys, will give you a benefit of doubt, thinking like you will put in the effort over time, but not realize you just sitting on our coattail and just ride along for the ride, but don't give two shit. So relationship it can be very stressful, very difficult. Either be it rewarding if you find the right person, or it make you become a upcoming Sparta who just want to stomp on people's face. I digress.
So I'm gonna go with yeah, but there's some caveat here. There's always a little bit of context. You get what you get out of it. Like there was a quote that I remember that was told a long time ago, and it was on a job before I got the discipline that I have now. And I just really didn't try hard, and I wasn't putting forth the effort. And one of my managers was like, "Yo, I'll carry you, but don't drag your feet." And I think that that's kind of how relationships work. It's like not everybody's going to be on 100% of the time. There is going to be work involved. There's going to be communication involved. Both parties are going to do stuff that the other party doesn't like. You both have two individual existences. To say that there's going to be no work is to set up the worst of false expectations. you get what you pay for, and there's no free lunches. There's no free Sundays. There's no free anything in this world, including relationships. Like, I know that there's the pie in the sky thought process that I'm just going to meet this person and we're just going to click and that's just going to be the end of it. And, you see people that almost function in that manner, but there was probably a lot of work to get to that point to where they just completely understand each other. So, yeah, relationships are a lot of work. It's supposed to be a rewarding work. It's not like I'm working to stay with somebody who blatantly doesn't want to be with me, but like, yeah, it's going to be work.
I agree 100% with you, Ray. It could be a lot of work, but you might have that one girl drives you up the goddamn wall, but you love her so much and care for her so much, you will not want it any other way. So there's a catch 22 here.
Huh?
What do you think, Ben?
No, you're stupid. You're just stupid. I mean, that sounds like last piece of pussy on the planet syndrome. That's what that is. Like, oh, there's just never gonna be anybody better than this. Like, there's just no more girls, dude. There are like 3.9 trillion women on this planet, or some craziness like that. Like, the only way, like, someone who drives you up the wall. So you're saying that you would be willing to be miserable to stay with this person that makes you miserable? Like, that's toxic. Like, you need to go talk to a therapist. Like, that's literally, I am not mentally well behavior. You're doing something that's harming you and going, oh, but I care about her so much. Like, why? Like, what's, because at that point, that's literally like saying, like, you walked up on a dog with rabies and you were like, I just love this dog so much. You're like, yeah, it bites me and gives me rabies, but like, I love it. It hurts me. The entirety of the relationship is it hurts me. Like, that doesn't equate out. Like, that's what happens when somebody who has a mental disorder dates someone, or someone who doesn't have a mental disorder dates someone with a mental disorder, and now you have a secondary knock-on effect mental disorder because you messed with a psychopath. Like, that's literally what that is. Something is causing you pain. If you equate that to love, your wires are now fucked in your head, and you need to go talk to somebody. Like, I don't even feel like that's an argument. Like, that's literally what that is. Like, you have crossed some wires somewhere where you need to go speak to someone to get whatever that is uncrossed, because it's an unhealthy deal. That'd be like saying, oh, I'm addicted to drugs, but like, you should let me do the drugs because I love them so much that like, I'm going to wither away and expire, and you guys got to watch it, and nobody tell me that I'm on drugs, except for your switching out the drugs with a person. Like, that's not a healthy way to go about things. And actually, that's not love or care. That's a sign of like deep-seated mental health issues. If you're correlating something that causes
Not everyone
pain.
that's hurt.
But Reckless, hold on, Reckless. But your job, man, you better know how to handle me.
I do. I know how to handle you right the fuck out of my house. Like I know how to handle you out of my life.
But you're not man enough to handle me.
No.
You're not man
I
enough.
hope he's not man enough to handle you.
With my
No,
bullshit.
bro. You better check this hat. The men are back. We ain't handling shit. Like, you know what I'll handle?
I really
I'll
hope
handle a
Ray's not
sandwich.
like
David.
I'm
being the devil advocate.
David, all due respect, I hope Ray cannot handle you. Too much man for him.
No, you're not getting it. You're not getting the joke.
I get
Ray,
it.
Redflake understand what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
this is the bullshit that we have been hearing for almost.
I'm gonna throw
Well,
catch 22 also in this really fast. You have also the type of women out there sometimes that are spoiled, rotten as shit. That always got their ways.
Yep.
No matter, like one of my exes, she was spoiled, rotten. She got everything from her parents, from her first marriage, and her second marriage. When I said, "Oh no, sweetheart, you're gonna have to work your way around here. You got to walk the dog.
But hear the bullshit though. You have been hearing it for more than a decade, whereby we supposed to
More than a
take
decade,
them
you mean
as
all our
they
lives."
Wait a second. Sparta, you telling me you dated somebody who struck out twice already?
Yeah, don't remind me. Thanks.
That's a bad
Okay.
decision, bro. like I'm just saying, like it's just like you have like unless they can explain it, and like that's the thing. It's like chicks do not like dealing with me because I'm like I judge on that shit. And I'll ask you, I'll be like, what happened? And if you give me some BS story, like if it's like something where you legitimately had an issue with this person, and it was like unsafe for you and them, whatever, and you got to part ways,
So
I
let
get
me
it.
give you a little backstory then on that. And I did ask that question.
Hmm.
Absolutely, I asked that question. The first one, she goes, I was very young and stupid, and he wasn't mature enough, and I wasn't mature enough.
I'll let that pass. Okay.
Yeah, she got knocked up when she was 18, and it just didn't work out. Okay, cool, whatever. I understand. The second one, he was very verbal abuse to her, so that's why it ended. Okay,
There's you got to push back on that. Be like, what do you mean? And then my question is, what was your response to this?
oh, I asked.
How
I got
long
in
did
details.
this go on?
Yeah, I got in details. She told me at first that marriage is great and everything, but I want to highlight a couple of comments here really fast before going. And this is from your girlfriend, Ray. So don't
Oh,
mi-
she got to be my girlfriend now.
yes, she is. Yes. Somebody's got to wife her up eventually. Yeah. Don't men pick who they want to live in their lives?
Hey, Reckless.
Yeah, they
Take one for the
do.
team. Take one for the team, Reckless.
Take one for the team. She might not even be. Listen. She could be like Sugar Bump. She might not even be ugly, bro. She just ain't cammed up. You might not even be taking one for the team. You might be reaching into a grab bag and getting the one good candy. You don't know.
Let's hope so. I like going to the casino and you're just hoping like you win something.
Yeah.
I don't play casino. I don't do luck.
So, to this comment, my personal opinion, yes, you do pick, but sometimes you don't know what you're getting yourself into because the real colors come out later on sometimes.
Well, my input on that is most of these dudes out here picking thirsty, bro. Like that's a day in the desert, and that's the first drop of water they see, and they just taking it. Like
And we got a
let's be
comment
honest.
And I'm glad you said that because I saw a clip from Don't Be Risky from DJ Ham and a lot of
Mhm.
Mr. Fantastic called out a lot of guys based off their upbringing pick based on being thirsty, meaning you are being programmed from middle school to high school on how to
Yep.
pick your woman. Now, here where the bullshit that come to play. We allow our peers to show us how to pick a woman, but we don't listen to our elders when they're trying to explain to us how to spot the dud and avoid them.
Right. I mean, in most cases, most men are out here learning. In that respect, most men are out here learning everything the hard way, every single thing. And it's just
I
like,
agree.
if you're lucky, you don't end up with some kids and child support along the way. Like if you're lucky, and like I'll consider, I am lucky in that respect that I don't have any of the self-inflicted wounds
Very, very
that
lucky.
most of these dudes out here in these streets have that have had access to women, because they were just like, yo, like I am trying to keep every single thing that comes my way. It's like, yo, like
So let's go over this comment. My little devil here, I call her, because she's a handful. All relationships are worth time, worth time, effort, pain, and love. Nothing in life is perfect, just like people and relationships. You have to decide if you love each other. Hang on, David, and others enough to work on their building and growth. I agree in that comment. Hang on, I'll let you have the panel in 1 second, David. All right. Breathe. Be nice. Nice, David. Nice, little David. Nice, David. Be a little nice, David. I'll give you a cookie later. So I do agree with this comment because when you have to decide if you want to grow with that person, nobody's perfect. Let's be honest. You have to take with the good and the bad. That's what I want to say. Now, David, be nice. Go ahead.
I'm glad this comic will be put to play because this is something I've been aware of, I've noticed. When you're picking or you're taking the time and the effort to get to know someone, if it by chance are people trying to be transparent with the person they're talking to, or
Mhm.
reckless afraid, know the afraid that you hear it all the time in this story, fake it till you make it.
Yep.
How often that it became a culture whereby we fake to be a good guy, we fake to be a good woman, we fake to be this, we fake to be that, but we hiding our identity from somebody, but we want to be transparent. Now, if you are transparent, they call you lame. If you
Mm-hmm.
pretend or you code to it to be like what they're expecting you to be. Because I remember the show we did have called Broke and Dusty, and we talked about this. Here the bullshit, and shout out to Fatty. Today's society of women don't want a good man, so let us stop the bullshit. Let's stop the madness. I've been saying that for so long, and somebody else is saying the same thing. You see a good man, yeah, intentionally avoid him. You avoided him through middle school. You avoided him through high school. Heck, when you were in college, when you saw his potential, but he wasn't, how you want to say, he didn't have the swag. He wasn't giving that bad boy vibe. He wasn't giving that excitement. But he's the kind of potential person who, long term, with a great investment. But instead of investing in that, you invested in bullshit, right? So when we have this conversation going on, ask yourself, what fucked up ideology were you carrying in your head before you went down that path in the first place? Sometimes you force the good man trying to compete with society norm because let's be honest, reckless. How many platforms have we here several times? A lot of women don't want to deal with the lame, but they just choose
Well, I
to
mean,
deal with them
well,
after they effed up multiple times.
yeah. Well, the deal is the definition of lame is what's subjective here. And like back to my original comment, I'm like, a lot of these chicks are functioning in a space where they have fucking trauma. They're literally out here. Like, I can't tell you how many chicks will shy away from dating me because it's blatantly obvious I have discipline, I carry myself well, and I have my shit together. They don't want to date me. Like, they don't, because I'm like, yo, this is going to be fucking working. You're going to have to earn your spot here because I don't fucking need you. But you know who they will date? A dude that's damn near almost homeless, that doesn't have a car that works, that does the bare minimum in life, where they're having to go 50-50 or they're paying for shit. They love that because that guy, they assume, won't leave them. That's who they want to date because they go, oh, well, this is safe because I'm in a better position. You need me. So, like, I'm the alpha in this relationship.
hmm
That's what the culture is doing because you have this whole thing where I'm a girl boss. It's hard to be a girl boss around a guy that's actually on his shit because he'll fucking work you into the ground. And that's just the reality of it.
I want to say one thing with her, who made a comment. I know her personally very well, too well sometimes. She is very good, a good woman. She's good. She'd be happy. She'd be, what's the word I'm trying to find? Any man would be lucky to wife her up. She is one of those diamond in a dozen. I give her credit. I seen her, be a good mother. I seen her be a good housewife. I see her all 9 years. She has the whole package, and she is a good woman. So let's get to the next comment, and I want to play some videos.
Okay.
Relationship will require work, just like life works, but some won't require as much work,
Yeah.
if not the same pay on the same page, or
Right.
will to work community trust, and will build have to you consent. What do you guys think about that?
I think that if you're with somebody that actually wants to be with you, and like I'm a firm believer in this, you got to date somebody who likes you a little bit more than them as a man, in my opinion. But if you got somebody who actually wants to be with you, then it's less work. It doesn't make it no work. It makes it less work. But like you still after a certain point have to deal with whatever trauma they have brought to your doorstep from whatever they dealt with before they got to you. And honestly, if you have trauma yourself, like they're going to have to deal with the baggage that you have inside your house when they get there. Like, it's just what it is. Like, there's always going to be some tweaking because it's two people who didn't previously know each other. Unless you believe in soulmates and like you just happen to find your actual soulmate because like y'all already knew each other. Which I think is a movie fantasy. I don't think it's real. But you're gonna have some sort of adjustment because everybody isn't just everybody. How you interact with one person isn't how you're going to interact with the next person. unless you have some sort of deep-seated trauma where you're bringing the same level of chaos into your house every time you date somebody. That's almost like the only common denominator is if a chick dates dudes that beats on her, is a different dude's going to beat on her, so she might be dodging rights instead of lefts. Like, you still
But
getting hit.
but reckless. But we hearing on the street that don't, how would I say it? Don't chase a woman that don't want you, right?
Yep.
Or how you would say it? Don't be the guy that want the woman, but she don't want you because you see that you want her. You feel like you're weak because you want her or you love her. You cannot show affection. You got to be an asshole. Because for what I've been noticing, you need to see that as well. If you are a simple, well-groomed, or well-behaved, well-trained man who don't follow the society norm, but who follow the old school way or how a man meant to be supposed to be, but you don't fit the society blueprint, you're not needed because you're not an asshole. You're not spicy. You're not trauma. You're not the kind of person that gives them an excitement. You're like, how you want to put it? You like Mr. Paul Bennett. You are lame. That's the idea. Men like Paul Bennett, he from an old school era. If he was now in our time single, dealing with the bullshit, we would look at the door and say, "Oh, he's boring. He's not excited. We don't know what he's going to do, what he's going to think, or how he's going to be." And that could give me no explosion I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bullshit that we've been hearing so far, right?
Yep.
Then when God decides to say, "You know what? I don't want to be in a relationship because it's too much work, it's too much stress," I feel like I got to prove myself. Isn't that what we've been told for the past, I don't know, 5 to 6 decades? Men supposed to prove themselves to prove their self worth. But when we go in and go in the grind, building ourselves up, but we're not where you want us to be, but you bypass us and find the so-called finished product, which actually smoke and mirror. Because
We
I'm going to call out as I see it because yes, relationship is hard work, but we're in a in society that don't respect hard work.
right.
So anybody that don't know what I'm talking about, you're not on my level. You're just on the high school level of thinking. What I'm pointing out is the bullshit I've been going why a lot of men decide to keep to themselves because just like Reckless Way, he is single for a reason. He's not going to throw his coin on a wasteland knowing it's not something fertile. Am I
Yeah. I mean,
wrong?
I just at this point, it's so like I've got a couple of thoughts on that. I mean, I think it's, and this is gonna sound shitty, but like I don't understand why the fuck these old chicks are like why they would want to have like a relationship if they're not planning on having kids. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, why would I isolate to just watch you die if, and like be forced into that if I can do whatever I want? Like, the only thing that would make me want to be with one singular person at this point is the prospect of a family. Like, because it just doesn't make sense. Like, the math doesn't math on it at this point because it's like, I don't need you. Like, I can pay for my shit myself and I can do whatever the fuck I want. And I'm not obligated to be nagged while I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. Like, if I can just
But
get,
Reckless, but hold on. You have to prove yourself to my level of what you
well,
I
I
think
mean,
you're supposed to be
even
before
when
I
you,
be submissive to
but
you.
even when you're talking about levels, it's like the issue is that used to not be an issue. You did, and it makes sense. I'm not saying that chicks should just be out here and any dude that talks to them, because a bunch of you are dusty and dysgenic and horrible shape and you're ugly. Like, it's just what it is, and you're broke. So I'm not gonna defend that at all. Because like those you people want what the fuck they want, and they should, if you can get it, get it. The issue is in olden days when you had to prove yourself and you had to make yourself better and you had to come around and get the approval of someone to get to marry you, it was to marry you, not for the ability for them to extract resources from you on a regular basis and have you on their phone as food. And
Thank you.
B, those women who set that standard were not in competition with the men that they were trying to date. Like, I know plenty of dope chicks that are just like, oh, I'm so busy. And I'm like, cool, do that. Oh, well, like, you never like checked, you never circled back around and followed up. Like, well, I'm also not waiting for you either. Like, I'm not waiting for you to be ready to date somebody like me. Like, no, you can live the rest of your life out. You can be old. And then I'll just date the 23-year-old version of you. And you're going to be upset and be like, oh, well, like, that's fucking creepy. And it's like, no, it's not, because when you were 23, you were also getting run through by those dudes. And you just didn't want to be with one of them. Some of them probably wanted to keep your ass around. And you passed it up. And like, now you're over the wall in no man's land. And it's just not great, which is fine. But what people want, you also have to be what that person wants. And that's the thing that people don't understand. My whole ethos is, I'll take away all your fucking excuses. You have no excuse with me. Oh, I don't like you. I don't like your politics. Okay, like, that's fine. If that's a disqualifier for you, then like, that's cool. You date those weak, effeminate men and wonder where all the real men are at. We just don't agree with you on politics. And like, that's just what it fucking is. Oh, well, you got to be what? I'm over 6 foot. I have the fucking build of an elite athlete, and I make good money, and I pay for all my own shit by myself. I don't have parents that fucking help me. No one in my fucking family helps me. I built everything that I have a fucking loan. Like, what do you have? I'll also go out and work 100-hour fucking week and still go out and have more fun than you. Like, what are you, like, I'm not somebody you want to fucking compete with. And they don't like that. They don't like that. They're like, oh, well, like, you need me around, because again, I can leave you and my life's going to continue to get better. They don't want to deal with that shit.
But Reckless, you too controlling.
No, I'm the least
gotta be so
controlling person ever. You
controlling?
know what controlling is for me? Removing myself from you. I just want to talk to you. Like, if I see, I don't even fucking bring up shit that I don't like. I just stop. I won't talk to you. Oh, what's wrong? Like, you can bring it back to my attention and circle it back around, because I'm like, cool. Like, there are enough people that will act right in a short term, especially since y'all got a chance at Reckless Raid and Arrow for another 29 months. Just throwing that out there. And then I'm not going to be in the country long enough for you to even get in front of. So listen, I don't deal with bullshit. Like, I'm not going to bring drama to somebody. When people bring drama to me, I'm like, cool, I'll apologize. It's what it is. If you want to continue talking, fine. If you don't, I'm not. I'm the easiest person to break up with on the planet, because I'll forget you fucking exist, because I'm actually busy. Like, that, I have shit going on. I don't have time to fucking be stalking chicks. I don't have time to be calling you 100 times a day. Like, I'm just going to let you fucking leave, because somebody else will fill that spot, because I'm awesome to be around.
Reckless Player, you have a comment in the chat where they say you're not marriage minded. My question, what I asked on that day, if they claim you're not marriage minded, who can vouch for that particular woman that
Well,
she's
wait a
marriage
second.
material?
I'm super marriage minded.
If
I'm so marriage minded that I'm solving
know.
for the problem by getting my money up and fucking leaving. Like, what are you talking about? That's as marriage minded as it can get, where it's like, cool, I'll put my head down for fucking 30 months, get my shit together, and bounce and go places where there are wives. That's extremely marriage minded. What I'm not willing to do is, hold up, let me channel my inner independent black woman energy real quick. I'm not willing to settle at this point, because I built this shit alone. Now, if I had been leapfrogging off of bitches or something like that to get where I'm at, understandable. But unfortunately, what Ray Bear did was he built this shit on his own while being kicked while doing it. So no, I don't feel that I have an obligation to settle on any of my standards. Any of them at all. Like, not a single fucking one, because I built what I've got. I've got the trajectory that I have, and I know where my fucking North Star is, and I know where the end of this race is, and I can see it.
But you're not supposed to have standards. You're supposed to accept me for what I am.
Exactly. Like, and that, I mean, to Razik's point, he's saying it in the chat. You only entertain women who listen and follow, which is fine. But like, chicks play games. Like the issue is these are other people. So like you still gotta like involve, even to meet that chick, you gotta go meet women. Like women do not fall out of the sky into our cars and then we're just like, oh shit, like here you are. Like, no, that requires effort. That requires going out and seeing these bitches. That requires being out in spaces where these bitches are. I don't feel the need to do that at this point, because the same time that I could be doing that to get in front of these dumbass broads, I can be getting my money up so that I can put myself in a position where I have all the time in the world, do whatever the fuck I want, and then I can worry about that in a culture where men are respected.
So let me add to this, because I'm glad you say that. Let's turn like we're going to the groceries. We got all different type of groceries. Let's use New York City. We have Full Bottle for the cheap hoodie out neighborhood, right? We have ShopRite for the in between. We have Trader Joe, and you got Whole Food, right? I mentioned these 4 different type of groceries. Now, based on the classism or based on the quality, if say they're selling wives, so to speak, where will you go to get the fine, high quality wife? You go to the Full Bazaar, which is stuck in the hood, ShopRite that's in between, Trader Joe, or Whole Food.
Whole Foods. I'm gonna go get a Whole Foods chick.
So because of the
Yeah.
quality, right? So now let me flip it. United States is Full Bazaar.
It's not that bad, bro. Why do you say it like that? Oh Lord.
I am brutally honest without holding nothing back. Because if that's the case, who can I go to vouch for your quality in a person? Because remember you just said a few moments ago, back then you meet the person who you will act on a hand in marriage, meaning there's a male individual who is like the
Yeah.
elder or the leader or the head of that family, and you want to act permission on the hand, he will vet you to see if you are a quality, because he is a quality man. But in today's society, who vetting for these people? Who are the, what do you call it? You know how in real estate you have people that go around and check the value of the property? What do you call those
Oh,
people?
the appraisers.
The appraiser, that's it. Where are the appraiser for these so-called women who claim to be good women, who can tell you the actual
Dude,
value
well,
of these
here,
women?
I mean, honestly, I don't believe shit women say unless it's like if you're over a certain age, like honestly, like I had a conversation with a chick about this the other day. She was like pissed that all the 23-year-olds are dating older dudes, and I'm like, you're just mad because the guys that you want can date those chicks, which is understandable. I get it. Like they're not gonna be looking at you the same way they're looking at them. They're gonna just fucking frog splash you, and then they're gonna date them or whatever. You're not getting resources like you used to. It's what it is. But after a certain age, there are no good women unless you find someone who is in a long-term relationship and then they're divorced. Like and there's got to be a legitimate reason for that. But like generally speaking, the issue you find there, because those women are great. They're fucking great. But like they don't want kids. So like for me, that's a logic fail. I'm like, why would I be in an exclusive relationship with somebody that's not going to give me a family when I don't have kids? Like I get it. Like you might have kids or you don't want kids. You know, you are no longer qualified to just have me to yourself at that point, because that's something that I specifically want. So I'm like, cool. If I cut off every ability for me to meet any other woman that wants kids to be with you who doesn't want kids or can't have kids, or you already have kids and you're done with that, then like, what good are you to me as far as like what I want? Because now I'm getting not what I want, to be in an exclusive relationship with one person. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so now you're in a market where you got to find another dude who has had kids and doesn't want kids that is also in the echelon of men that you want, which is a narrower margin than even trying to get a quote unquote high value man or a Henry. because like now you got to find one that also doesn't want kids, which is kind of a big deal because that's kind of why men are on this planet. I mean, fucking Elon Musk is still popping out babies. Like, come on now. We got a job to do, people.
But once again, like I said, who are the appraiser of the woman who can validate what they say they are?
Well,
Where are they?
the honest to God truth is if they're what they say they are, they shouldn't be single long. That's the honest to God truth. It's like, how long you been single? Oh, I've been single for 2 years, but I'm a good woman. Like, no, you're not. You're actually not. Like, you might be learning, but you're not, because if a good woman's not single for fucking 2 years, like, it's just not possible. Like, somebody's tried to marry you. Somebody tried to, what, this woman has value. Let me get her the fuck up out these streets before somebody else sees her.
What happened if she is a good woman? It's just maybe something
she-
happened in her life or something. Maybe it was a choice.
All wives are found, my friend. All of them.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm
Oh,
saying maybe she was
so
single
you're
for
not
a
that
reason.
good. Like, the market decides what your value is. Like, maybe hypothetically, and I'll give you this, you live in a city where, I'm just gonna go ahead and feed into the woman delusional. I'm gonna give you your Delulu medallions right now. Every guy in the city that you live in is just a dirty ass dog, and they all just want to go to Pound Town, and you, in your glorious sanctity, are the one good woman in this town, and you just keep like wanting to just feed them and do everything for them, but god damn it, they just won't date you and they won't marry you. Then you need to fucking move. Okay, like, I'm just saying, like, now if you go to the next city and everyone's still just like ground and pound, and you are either ugly or not the good woman that you think you are. Like, that's just reality. If no one wants you, are you a good woman? If no man wants you, no. It's the same premise as if you're a good man, women want you. I'm single by choice. It's not that I don't have women, and there's people that I enjoy spending time with, but it's just like, like XYZ are barriers for this being exclusive. And it sucks, but it's the reality of things. But women do want my time. It's not that I have problems finding companionship. Like, I don't have to go home by myself if I don't want to. It's a decision. So that's the caveat to that is anyone checking for you when it's not 3 a.m. or it's dark out? Do you see the light of day? Do you get to sit at a dinner table? Like, are people okay being seen out with you? Like, those are questions that you got to answer if you really think that you're that person.
And I'm glad you're breaking it down, because shout out to Amira, my sister from another mother, who is not from the culture. She has been on the People Network a couple of times.
Yep. No, I know who you're talking about. I argue
Breaking
with
out
that
their logic,
Yeah.
because she said, and I quote, her husband, before she married him, had not only had to go through her father,
one.
but multiple uncles, whereby he was properly vetted. In other words, there was an appraiser who
Yep.
not only speak the value of that particular woman, but also appraising to see if you the type of quality man who deserve that quality woman, right?
Yep.
In this store where we are in, though appraiser got fired, like Donald Trump said, "You're fired. Get the hell out of here." I do the appraising myself. I know what I look and feel like. So if I'm going to a ghetto grocery store called Full Bazaar, aka the United States,
Mm.
and you telling me you're a good woman, but I'm looking for an appraiser to validate your value, but it's nowhere to be found. Why should I get scammed? I'm sorry, that's too much for the high school dropout that have mostly have GED education and went to college afterwards. Another conversation.
Yeah.
And no, I'm sorry, and no woman can argue that point. None. Because if no one look at praise you and say you are like who you say you are, why should I take your word? It's like saying you go to a car dealership. You're not gonna let no car dealership scam you buy a car that's not good. Like you have someone who can help you appraise that car to make sure that car is a good quality buy. It's not so. So you apply when you're buying a house. You like anybody scam me into buying a house without having a properly appraised? before you sign the deed and say you're buying this house? Let's make sense here. Because I hear so much bullshit, so much talking point, but people don't want to deal with the honest truth. When it comes to relationship, there has to be a level of transparency. But too many people like to go with a smoke and mirror so goddamn much, they go with a fake it till you make it.
The what best advice I ever got from actually was Lady Nova is what's her report card. If she has a decent report card, then she could be a good woman. If she has a shitty one,
AKA Carfax. Now you
Yeah.
go with Dayfax. What you do Dayfax?
Well, I mean, honestly, you know what's really fucked up is like there's Facebook groups where chicks literally do that with dudes. And then the ones that dudes made for chicks, they took down.
figures.
Yeah.
Let's get into the first video.
Really?
Yeah. So chicks
no.
have a Facebook group. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
No, finish what you're saying.
No,
before you
I
go.
was gonna say there's a Facebook group called "Are We Dating the Same Guy?" where chicks just like basically they're all over the fucking place. Like there's one for fucking every state, and there'll be chicks in there, and you can cross reference and be like, "Yo, I'm going out with this dude. Like, what's his deal?" And then anyone who he's hooked up with in that state will give feedback. And then when guys made one, they initially got taken down. And then B, like, I think there was like one that I joined, but it's like filled with chicks from said city that are just in there like fucking trolling and talking shit.
So in other words, you just proved my point.
And the ones that are for the ones that the girls set up, like they make it so that dudes can't be in there. Like they'll figure out if you're a fucking dude and kick you out.
So what you just did is just prove my point. So why would I go to a market when I have a legit appraiser?
Because you exist here, bro. Like you're telling me you ain't fucking nobody. You just gonna sit here and hold your dick until you leave? Like that's crazy talk. That's insane. And I don't believe that people actually do that.
You have a person called Cheeky Banter, perfect example.
Bro, I don't know that I believe any of that shit. Like if niggas go to jail and will fuck dudes in jail and then come out and be like, I ain't gay, I don't care what Cheeky says. He can say anything he wants on these YouTube streets. I think he got mental health disorders just like every fucking body else. And I think he lies about being a virgin, bro.
Now, I do come across some people who are actually virgin, but it's the discipline thing about them because either based on their faith, if they have a certain religion they follow, or based on what they observe.
Religions be cheating. Have you heard of soaking?
I know.
Yeah, the Mormons do it.
All right, let's start. Let's
there's a will, there's a way, bro. Sometimes God ain't watching.
Not everyone that's hurt you cares. Someone said forgiveness lets you off the hook. Why would you carry that with you?
Because they don't care.
If the person doesn't care, why are you tainting and infecting all the amazing moments that could happen in your life with someone that doesn't care how they hurt you? So how do you figure out how to let that go? And that takes work.
Yep.
Go ahead, Ray.
I mean, I've said it before. Like I've dated chicks that literally have been like, "Oh, well, like you're my person," and da 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 da. And it's like you spent your whole life having bad relationships to fuck things up with me. Then, like that's what you've done. That's the reason I don't believe in treating women badly ever. To be honest, like me treating women badly is removing myself from them because like it is fucking harrowing. It does suck. So because you just don't have access to me anymore. But like that's about as shitty as I get. Is like I'll just remove myself from you. I'm like, if you're exhibiting behaviors I don't like, I'm just not gonna fuck with you. And that's it. I treat everyone exactly the same. So like these chicks that are going around being like, oh, I dated so and so and he hurt my feelings and cheated on me, and now I'm gonna be ruthless to the next 9 niggas I date. Well, you're going to fuck things up with the one good one because, like, now you trained yourself to be a piece of shit. Like, that's just who you are now. Congratulations. Like, now you got to learn a new skill set. But I'm, unlike Razik, I'm not into training bitches. I'm not going to be the one that helps you work through that. I'm going to remove myself from you, and then you're going to be like, oh, Ray's an asshole. And it's like, no, I'm just not willing to deal with you. I have other things I'd rather do. At literally all times. Like I can think of like 90 things that I'd rather do than train someone how to be pleasant around me. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Like, if you can't, like, within reason, get within a window of acceptable behavior, you don't get to be around me for very long. Like, and people do this. I mean, guys do it. I'm going to be, oh, the only way you get these chicks interested is just to treat them like dog shit. Like, that's stupid as fuck.
That's retarded.
That means you treat people like shit. You're going to treat people like shit all the time. That's your life. That's who you are. You are a person who treats women like shit, which means the caliber of women that you get are literally fucking mentally retarded. They have mental problems. The only person who's going to accept being treated poorly are people who are traumatized and have mental issues. So sure, you can deal with that caliber of person. Me personally, I don't. Ever. I don't find it interesting. I don't think it's cute. I don't find it funny. It's beneath me. So those types of people are not allowed to be in my presence or in my ecosystem. That's just what it is. I don't keep chicks around like that. You know why? Because they're fucking problematic. That's why. Take your trauma, take that shit to somebody else that's built to deal with it or is willing to train you out of it. I'm not going to do it. Like, you can stay out here in these streets till you die for all I care. That's not my problem. I didn't cause the trauma that you got. I'm not a part of the trauma that you got. Like, if you're trying to have a good time and rock out and be like a good person and like grow together and like we can work and put work in the relationship from that aspect, dope. But I'm not your therapist. I'm not gonna help you through it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's just not who I am. It's not. I don't want it. I don't want it.
David, go ahead.
Unmute yourself first,
You mute
David.
yourself, dum-dum.
Sorry about that. I'll be a devil advocate. Since you're saying that, right? We have women on these platforms have been saying they don't like guys who treat them nice or who are too respectful, because when you're doing that, it's to them that you are weak. So if you're
Which
not
is-
an asshole,
yeah.
if you're not treating them like shit, you don't love them. And that's the language we've been hearing for the past couple of years.
100%. But those just aren't, like, look, so that's the reason I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't care about that because I'm not going to do it. So you're not my person. This is the thing that, and to Razik's point, this is the part where he's saying y'all are making shit too complicated. That's not my person. Go the fuck away from me. It's over. You're done. Get out of here. It's that simple. I'd rather, so if I'm nice to you and you're like, oh my God, I'm repulsed by that, I want somebody who's going to beat me. Go find the nigga that's going to beat you then, bitch. Like, I don't care. Get the fuck out of my face. Like, that's not my problem. I'm on to the next one. I will replace you. I don't think that every chick that I meet is the last piece of pussy on the planet. I don't believe that. I train too hard. I carry myself too highly and I work too fucking hard. Like, I know there's going to be somebody else that's like at least going to want to, like, you know, dome me up or something. Like, I'm not ugly. I'm medium ugly. There's a difference. So
You're fugly.
no, medium ugly, bitch, is a difference. but what I'm saying is I don't treat these women like they're the last woman that I'm ever going to meet. I'm like, I can replace you. And I truly believe that about I believe that everybody's fucking replaceable. I know that I'm replaceable. But if you're repulsed and you need somebody who's going to be toxic with you, then go find that person. But after you have their kid, don't come back around here thinking that I'm going to fucking be ready to wife you up after the world done beat you down, flipped you over, folded you like laundry, used you like yesterday's goods, and then deposited you at my doorstep. Like, no, you don't get to come back around here. Like, that's just what it is. Like, now because I honestly believe that chicks like that, like if you're running around and you have mental health issues and like that's why you can't date dudes that treat
Right, hang
you
on
well.
1 second. Let's get this guy in here really fast, all right?
All
Ladies
right.
and gentlemen, please rise for our president. Mr. President, welcome, and how are you tonight?
I'm okay. Well, actually, I'm pretty beat up. I trained legs this morning, so I don't have a lot left. But I bought my battle fatigues on in case it was going to be war tonight. So. Commander in Chief Willis.
You know what, Paul? You inspired me lately. Fuck off up there before I give you the buzzer.
I work out every morning. Why aren't I inspiring you, bitch?
Because he calls me. You never call me.
I don't even have your fucking number.
I'll give it to you later.
What a piece of shit.
You know what? I'll give it to you later. Don't worry. I actually, Paul,
Y'all want to be alone? Y'all want to be alone?
You're very proud of me.
Sounds very familiar to a lot of
I
people.
have lost 15 pounds,
Goodness.
believe it or not. 15 pounds I lost.
Nice.
Well, I appreciate your guys' youth because recovery is everything to me. So I'm gonna feel like crap now. I'm gonna feel crappier tomorrow. So it's gonna take me about 2 or 3 days before I feel good again. And I got upper body on Saturday, so I gotta turn this around quick.
You take protein shake?
Yeah,
You have
That's
to
what help.
after you work out.
50 grams of whey isolate plus 10 grams of collagen. Absolutely.
Oh, you went in hard.
No creatine?
You went in hard. No,
I don't mess with creatine.
workout-
Creatine,
no, the workout
it
he
just
did,
helps you retain water. It's
required
just
that.
water weight. It's not real. I don't deal with creatine.
Yeah. So, Paul,
Yeah,
now our relationship is a lot of work. What is your opinion?
that's too broad. I don't put the big thing on me. I'm not in the dissertation. Put me back.
Too bad.
with the
Like it or
bells.
not.
Oh, jeez. That's too broad. You have relationships, you have situationships and whatnot. All that stuff I just don't deal with. Marriage, I think, is the easiest relationship. I do. And I don't think it's hard work. I don't look, working on a pipeline is hard work. Working on a fishing boat is hard work. Working in a mine is hard work. Building skyscrapers
Kitchen.
is hard work. Giving labor is hard work for a woman. There's just a lot of things I would classify as hard work. And I just don't look at relationships or particularly marriage as work. I hate the fact that we call it work. It's just a matter of making some decisions. And when two people are in the same page, it's one of the easiest relationships to be in. You can do a whole lot more together than you could ever do by yourself, as long as the oars in the boat are going in the right direction. So I just don't get this work stuff. I just don't. I mean, to me, it sounds like a lot of people complain today about the work ethic of young people, and and the lack of masculine energy or feminine energy. They talk about the folks of the past or whatnot. They had to deal with a lot more hard stuff than we do. So, and if you want to talk about physical labor, what a woman used to have to do to maintain a home back in the day, or what a guy had to do if he was blue collar, what he had to do to maintain a living for the family if you were on a farm. Yeah, I could say that's probably hard work. But as far as the relationship, it's just communication, getting on the same page, and deciding that you guys want to row in the right direction. If we want to start calling that work now, then I got a problem with that. So no. So relationships are hard. But again, if you're going to be in some nonsense, if you're going to be, like I said, these situationships, are we dating? Are we not dating? Are we committed? Are we not committed? Where are we going? What is this going to be about? And, where am I in your future? And just all this stuff. You're on again, off again, type of stuff. Yeah, that gets tedious. So if you want to complicate your life in that sense, yeah, I think it could be very hard to maintain anything stable. But, I still, even then, what people call work today is just thinking and making, again, good decisions and deciding that the right path is the best path, not necessarily your path. And that goes across the board. That's men and women. So relationships to me aren't hard, but we're hard-headed. So the work, if there is work to be done, it is on us, the individual, and making decision that, look, if I'm going to partner with somebody, if I'm going to pair bond with someone, am I willing to do what is necessary to preserve the relationship, or to or do my part to build the relationship, or is my individual liberty more important? If it is, then maybe you don't need to be in that situation. I'll certainly say that. I'm not going to judge your values. You value what you value. But if that's not enough for you to live with the person, then don't do it, or break up, or do whatever, and figure out another way to do it. But for me, marriage is one of the easiest things I've ever done. We just had to get over ourselves a little bit, and our own selfishness and our egos, and understand that there's something bigger than both of us, and then get in line. So that's really it for me.
Thanks, Paul. I'm gonna pronounce his name wrong.
It's Razi.
Razi, you're up, man. What's up?
He in the truck. You're gonna have to wait for him to load, bro. He buffering. He probably in a tunnel.
The Paul?
There he is.
What's going on, man? How are you tonight?
Hold on, yo, you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, we hear you.
What's going on, my man?
Okay. What's going on, bro? Hold on, let me turn my truck off. Yeah, but like I was saying, bro, all in the chat, bro. Relationships are fucking easy. Relationships are easy, bro. Like, it's the easiest shit in the world. The only reason why they're hard is because, you know what I'm saying, and you know, I don't want to do this, but you got to really like look at yourself, man. You got to ask yourself, like, yo, you ain't that dude. You ain't that dude to tell that bitch, hey, yo, come over here. Shut up. Listen to me. You know what I'm saying? And if she don't,
That's fucking
like
work,
me,
bro.
and look, bro, hey, look. Hold on, Ray. God damn, Ray. Hold on, bro. Because me and you done had conversations offline on this, my nigga. Come on. You are, my nigga, you know I'm never going to change my premise on this. And I've been extremely clear year after year after year, bro. I'm telling you, my nigga, like, I don't have to train no bitch. I don't have to train none. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to do any of this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way I carry myself, that bitch know to obey, my nigga. Off rip.
But you're not married.
I don't have to be fucking you married, my nigga. I don't have to be fucking you married, bro. And look, and even if I was, the bitch is going to know, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna fucking cheat on you, bitch. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna be the main bitch.
So
You just gonna, bro. Let me tell you something, my nigga, Ray, my nigga. You've known me for a long, well, I ain't gonna say a long time, but for, you know what I'm saying, a few years, bro. I don't bite my fucking tongue. I don't give a fuck, bro. I tell bitches straight the fuck up, bro. I tell them straight up. And look, let me ask y'all something real quick, right? And it's kind of like rhetorical in a sense, but I'm gonna say it like this, okay? Because I have, you know what I'm saying, conversations like this, you know what I mean, in real life. But I'm just saying, bro, no bitch likes to be lied to. And look, gave it up there, like, oh my god, like, he's trying to like to clutch his pearls as if I'm saying something that you ain't heard.
I'm not clutching my pearls.
No, I mean, I'm being funny. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know what I'm saying, or, you know what I mean, like, yeah.
I like the jokes.
Yeah. Nah. But I'm just saying, like females don't like to be lied to, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If I, you know what I mean? Like, if she be like, okay, well, hey, you know what, Razik, I like you. I don't give a fuck. Life is going to go on. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to trade the market, invest. I'm going to drive this truck. I'm going to work every day. I'm going to keep doing what the fuck I do. I don't give a fuck, not one bit. And Ray has seen me in real life. Me and him have had numerous conversations. He knows I don't give a fuck, bro. He knows I don't give two shits. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that like you know, as to be like a braggadocious or a ego. You know what I'm saying? That's just who I am. That's
Well,
just
you
who I am, bro. Like I'm
see,
42. I'm 42, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was born in 83. So when them niggas be talking about, yo, like you had to be outside, nigga, we was outside. We was outside, nigga. We was outside. You know what I'm
well,
saying? In 94, 95, 96, jumping off the porch, having to go actually approach girls, talk to them, and be like, yo, man, I got a number. And she would write it down on a piece of paper. All of that. We was outside. It was a time to be alive, bro. These young cats, you know what I'm saying, today, they are timid. They are scared of women. They are scared to death.
but Rod,
They look at a
Rod,
bitch titties, they look at a bitch face, they look at her ass, they look at how she walk, they be like, oh my god, that's a bad bitch. I told Ray one time we was on the phone, my nigga, I ain't never seen I don't know what a baddie is. I've never seen one. I don't know what the fuck a baddie is. They're all the same. These bitches are all the same, my nigga. The only thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I'm saying it to a sense like dudes put too much emphasis and pedestalizing these fucking females. Oh my god, yo, she's so pretty, she's so
but
gorgeous, hey,
Rod,
sexy, and all this weird shit. Hey, fuck out of here. But go,
Rod,
I'm sorry.
let me put on what you just said. You say you work every day. Hear what
Yes,
I
sir.
hear.
Your mic's low,
You have
David.
my
Turn your
mic
mic up.
is low. I hope not. Hear what I'm hearing a lot. Women complain that men work too much. When they don't have money, they won't call them broke. Which one do they want? Because what you just said right there, you work every day. And there's many guys just like you, either working one job or two jobs, trying to stack up their bread, trying to quote unquote build themselves up. Am I correct? But for
Hmm?
some apparent reason, you having a job would almost disqualify you because you're not available for their beck and call. How will you do with those type of women?
He doesn't care.
I
That's the reason.
don't.
That's the
But
reason
see, look, but see, look. My fault, Ray. No, just to answer him. That's rhetorical. I don't. I only go, you know, and not even like go after. But if I'm talking to you, know what I'm saying, a chick, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I mean, whatever. Like she's gonna do whatever the fuck I tell her to do. She's gonna do whatever I want to do. I'm never ask a chick, hey yo, what do you want to eat? Where do you want to go? I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying, what she want to do. She revolves around me. I don't revolve around no female, bro. If I want to go outside at the pond and throw breadcrumbs at the ducks, my nigga, she's going to come simply because she wants to be around me. It doesn't fucking matter. I never negotiate with a female ever under no circumstances. No comprende. If she don't understand what the fuck I got going over here, and she don't want to, yo, you are free to leave. Yeah, you see, that's another thing too. I don't tell you like, yo, you gonna stay here. You know what I mean? Nah, you have a choice. I'm not gonna handcuff you, bitch. You can leave. Like Ray was saying earlier, there's the fucking door.
Hmm?
I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna sit here and be like be on some jagged ass shit. Baby, I'm so sorry. Man, fuck out of here. I won't shed a tear for you, but I promise you, I'll sleep good at night. I don't
And
give a fuck.
I'm
Hey,
glad you say
look.
this.
Let me just say one more thing, because my time is short. So I'm gonna just say this right. Look, for all of the conversations that I see across the broad spectrum on YouTube, it don't matter who it is. You know what I mean? From the pop the balloon shows to these dating shows, these online, you know what I mean, blah blah blah, whatever, right? I mean, you know, and to anybody who may see this and you know, whatever the fuck, but you know, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. A nigga whose bald head can fuck, a nigga who 5'5" can fuck, a nigga who's 6'8" can fuck. If you got glasses, you can fuck. If you wear contacts, you can fuck. If you got a you know a chin strap beard, you can fuck. If you got a dad bod, you can fuck. If you in shape, you can smack. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like when I hear dudes be talking about you and they ask a girl, yo, what's your type? Her type is penis, nigga. She don't give a fuck. Her type is penis, dick. You just may happen to not be the dick she wants. That's it. Bitches are always fucking, bro. They're always fucking. And they're playing with themselves every night. every night, bro. They body count don't fucking matter. Don't none of that shit fucking matter. All of this high value man, woman bullshit, that shit don't fucking matter, bro. Only entertain the bitch who listens to you. Problem solved. I promise you, it's that easy.
But that's where you're leaving out the context. Like you make this a black and white thing, and it's like
It
that works
is.
for you, but it's who you want. Now, could I go command just any bitch? No. Could you go fuck just any bitch?
Nah,
No.
but that's
No.
not the you know what I'm saying,
Because
the
you just said
premise.
yourself,
That's
the
not
bitches
the
that
premise.
want your dick ain't for you. So those bitches you can't fuck. The
I don't
issue
care
is-
about those, Ray. That's the point you're missing.
That's the issue. You've jumped into a conversation on one point going, oh, well, it doesn't matter because I'm only worried about the women that are for me. That's a different
No, not for me. No, not for me. The bitch who listens to me.
That's the one that's for you, bro. That's the same thing. You're arguing with some
No. But use my words specifically. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm very careful with the words I use.
Follows to you, that's a woman that's for you. That I would say that with any man. That's your chick. She listens and follows you. That's your chick.
Yeah,
right?
that's all that matters to me. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm saying is the issue in the context, and I understand you were saying this is what I was saying about you being right, is you were like, you're making it too difficult. And I said the same thing to David. I don't deal with chicks that want me to talk greasy to them because I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my effort. You're just not for me. So go find the dude that's going to fucking knock you upside your head. That's your guy.
I'm sorry. What do you mean by greasy, Ray? I'm sorry. I don't know.
So, like, there's a bunch. We were talking earlier, and they were talking about, oh, well, you know, David was pointing out that, like, you know, these chicks like these guys in the nowadays, they want a future. They want somebody that's going to cheat on them, treat them bad, talk crazy to them, and they're going to be, because I mean, Sparta touched on it earlier when he was talking about, have you ever like loved somebody so much and they're just like toxic to you? And I was like, no, I haven't. Like, I get rid of people like that.
I said, hang on, you twisted my words around a little bit. I said you might love somebody so much she just drives you up the wall. Doesn't mean
but driving me up the wall, that's toxic. Like that's
toxic. She's like throwing shit and hitting
driving you up the wall is an indicator of some sort of annoyance that has become to a pain level. That to me is toxic.
Here goes the real question. Here goes the real question, bro. Why are you even entertaining the bitch who's throwing shit? Like,
well,
you know what I'm saying?
It's not necessarily about throwing stuff.
No,
it's
you don't have to be throwing.
It's just
I'm saying that's what he said though. He was like, "Yo, like."
No, he said driving you up the wall.
It's
like she annoys
my fault. My fault.
Later on, after
content acquisition,
but
call you out of your name,
but
make you.
My fault, bro. Yeah,
Razik, to my
misheard.
point, the issue is most of these dudes in these YouTube streets, at least in these conversations that I've been on, in every conversation I've been in, they're looking for a woman to change that's not for them. It's, oh, these chicks are exhibiting this behavior.
Now that I do agree with.
Want them to see me. Why does she want someone that's 6 foot tall like Reckless Ray and in good shape like Reckless Ray? I'm not rich yet, so I can't say that I'm rich, but is on the way to being rich like Reckless Ray. Why does she not look at me? And it's like, well, you're flipping fries at McDonald's and you're not in good shape and you're under 6 foot. Like, I mean, it's whatever, but they're wanting someone to change. They're going, I want this person to see me because later on you're going to need me anyways, which is true. It's true. Them chicks going to be circling back.
Yeah, I don't agree to any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never trying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to change. Well, I'm just speaking for, you know what I'm saying, me. But in context of what you were saying though, Ray, I definitely do, you know what I'm saying, agree. 100%. Like, if you have to change, you know what I'm saying, abroad, like, bro, that's way too much work. And, you know, even going back to what you were saying, Ray, like, I don't have the time to train you. Yeah. You need to come equipped, disciplined, patient enough, you know what I'm saying, and already knowing that if I'm what you want, and you know, and I'm speaking in the context like I'm talking to a girl, right? If you know what I'm saying, you're like, we speaking, you know what I mean, we meet, you know what I mean, I tell her like, hey, you know, what's your name, you know what I mean, blah blah blah, and we share, you know what I'm saying, info. I'm like, all right, look, I need you to call me here, you know what I'm saying, at this time, you know what I'm saying. Like, me personally, I pick up on red flags instantly. instantly. Like I'm so quick with it. And Ray knows because I got a very short temper when it comes to but like when it comes to bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So the moment, the one instant, and you know, it's kind of like playing baseball. Like when you step up to bat, you got three strikes. I'm different. Bitch got one strike with me. You got one strike and you out the door. Some dudes they be like, yo, she cheated on me and we worked it out. I don't tolerate that shit. Or she might, or dudes might be like, well, she threw the damn remote at the wall. She got mad. You know what I mean? Nah, I don't tolerate that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gonna respect me, bitch, at all times. And if you can't, there's the door. Like, there's the door. And this is why I keep emphasizing I don't force no bitch to be with me. And no dude should never have to force her. You should never have to go out of your way. You know what I'm saying? If she likes you, it's because she likes you. It don't matter if you drive a Lambo, if you drive a Pinto, if you drive a semi truck, if you work at Amazon. It doesn't fucking matter, yo. It don't. It don't. And the more dudes understand this and they realize, bro, they will stop having babies by, you know what I'm saying, girls, you know what I'm saying, that they're not married to. That's B. Because I'm not for having children out, you know what I'm saying, outside of being, married. I'm not for that. I'm not an advocate for it. I don't promote it, you know what I'm saying, at all. But I'm saying in whatever, you know what I'm saying, you do, 100% of the time, always be upfront with her. Tell her and stand on it. Be firm with it. Don't waver. Cause you know what I'm saying? If you say some shit that most chicks ain't never, you know what I'm saying, heard before, they're going to give you some type of feedback. They're gonna like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna give you some type of pushback. They're like, oh my God, like that's how you actually think? Like, or that actually works? And you be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then you enforce it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you double down on it. I've had girls do that too. You know what I'm saying? And now at first they might be like, you know what? Well, you toxic. I can't deal with you. And then eventually they'll come back. And I might be happen to be out at the mall, one of my boys, or we might be at a bar, or I might just be chilling. Or it's even happened on social media. A chick will just hit me up out of the blue. I'm like, she's like, yo, hey, how you doing? I'm like, oh shit, like we ain't spoken in like 8 months. What happened? You all right? She like, and then she'll start, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just be happening, but I don't never like be on some, you know what I'm saying, yabba dabba do shit on some Flintstone shit. Like I'm fucking running after her. I never do that, bro. Hey, look, and let me be, you know what I'm saying, clear. I am the way I am now as a 42-year-old man because when I was in middle school and high school, I was a simp. I was a simp because I didn't know the game. I had to be taught about, you know what I'm saying, female nature, how they are, how you speak to them, how they you know what I'm saying, and respond, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to be the one be like, hey cutie, hey sexy, gorgeous, and thinking you gotta over compliment them, thinking that's gonna get you in between their legs faster. No, it don't. If anything, it pushes you further out. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Because
Were you a
man,
nerdy
this
type of
shit
guy?
crazy.
Were you a nerdy type of guy in middle school and high school?
Hold on, I'm sorry. What'd you say again? I'm sorry.
Were you a nerdy type of guy? Were you like a straight A student in middle school and high
Nah,
school?
nah, nah, nah. I was like failing, skipping school, troublemaker, fighter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got picked on. You know what I mean, a little bit because I got picked on. I was always fighting. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I won't never like in like the in crowd. I mean, I could play ball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could rap. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know what I mean. And then I was always hanging around like, you know what I'm saying, like the street cats. And you know what I mean, like the oldest. So you know what I mean. When you see me, I was always with quote unquote the bad crowd. You know.
And
You
I
know
get
what
that.
I'm saying?
So,
Yeah.
and the reason why I asked that question because I'm 46, so we almost close in age. I was the nerdy guy who got picked on, got bullied. I also had to fight back after a while because, for one, I'm the cat that in middle school or high school, a lot of the so-called jocks want me to do their homework for them, which I choose not to. So if I don't do certain things for them because they know I will ace my test, they will harass me. So during the testing time, I'm forced to put my desk near the teacher's desk so no one can copy from my exam. Because the reason why they know I'm going to ace my test regardless, 'cause I'm studying. But I'm from a different group of people who get picked on because one, I wasn't the in crowd, I wasn't popular, I didn't have the swag. I buried myself in my books. And because I sound quote unquote proper, I wasn't black enough, which is kind of dumb. But yet I'm the pure black individual being a pure African, but I'm not black because I sound proper. So I try to ask myself the question, why that is the case? Because what you spoke on is a different group of people who wasn't in the in crowd, but was always outside like an odd person. So I'm aware of that particular group. Either you're
Well,
nerdy or you're odd individual. You don't click with the other category, like the sports jock, the popular guy, or whatever they may call themselves in high
well,
school and middle school.
well,
And that's
well.
me.
I'll say I think what you're speaking on is kind of like the social norms that and we all kind of experience. You know what I'm saying in school. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just normal. But I think really like the underlying factor here is like, bro, if you like to play video games, if you like to play chess, you know what I'm saying? If you happen to be an athlete, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like own up and lean into who you are as a man. I think that's key. If you know what I'm saying, if you happen to be what I'm saying, a part of the glee club, whatever it is, if you tuck your polo shirts into your, you know what I'm saying, and your jeans, whatever, you know what I'm saying, like that ain't my business, but I'm saying whatever you do when you walk out, take, you know what I'm saying, maintain some, you know what I'm saying, proper hygiene, take care of yourself, watch your vernacular, how you talk, learn something, make something of yourself, be confident, be proud of who you are, what you look like, your height, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't exude no type of confidence in who you are, other people can see that. They can see that in you, that you lack some type of self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? By how you even posture. I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna get ready to go because I gotta get ready to drive. But hey, I was gonna say this. Look, I appreciate I forgot your name, brother. In the gray. You know what I'm saying? Of course, David and Ray, always my dog, and the gentleman on the bottom. Um, I don't know your name, sir, but you know what I'm saying. I definitely appreciate the opportunity to come up here and express my radical, you know what I'm saying, views. But anyway, but I'll just say this, you know, like honestly, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like just be confident in who you are, bro. Especially in front of few females because they smell blood.
Mm.
They smell blood. I'm telling you, like literally, they smell blood. You know what I'm saying? And they smell a weak man. They can see what a weak man is. That's why every dude doesn't get the same treatment. You know what I'm saying? Like, if all five of us walked up to the same chick and tried to holler at a different time, we will all get a different response.
Yeah. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe two out of the five of us may get the same response. You know what I'm saying? But that's up for her to decide. You know what I'm saying? And the comfort, and the comfort that each one of us as an individual are able to provide her is going to be based upon how she perceives us as a man, based upon how we carry ourselves. How do we look at ourselves as an individual? You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not the most handsomest dude in the world. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? But I get my fair share of, you know what I'm saying, of bras. I've had them. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that I didn't get, oh well. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and too many dudes care too much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we just living in a society where dudes care too much. They care too much. They care about what she think. Do my clothes, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, man, these conversations gotta cease, bro. and not like cease, like, you know what I mean, not do a podcast about him. I'm saying, like, dudes got to stop using these talking points as if like you're going out there asking the chick, hey, yo, do you like me? Am I confident enough? Do I match your height requirement? These chicks don't have no type of standards.
And I'm glad you say that because the guy with the leg surgery turned to find out he cannot walk no more,
Oh wow, that's crazy.
which is shocking. I saw a clip on my feed. That same guy who did a leg extension had an update on one other person podcast, said that he lost ability to walk after doing that surgery because he felt kind of insecure being short. So what you just said right there is something that we have been speaking about. There are too many guys out here worrying about what women feel based what their so-called standard is. If you're not tall enough, or you're not buff enough, if you're not rich enough, or you're not making a certain kind of money enough. This is something that I'm beyond tired of hearing. But I'm glad I hear your perspective because it's actually needed. Because I always ask this question: what section of men are the women chasing after? Because not all men are the same.
Yeah,
Men like
you know what it is?
Ray.
They're going after confident men, bro. That's all. They're going after confident men. That's all. They're going after confident, assertive, dominant men. That's it, bro. Look, let me tell you something. When I first met, you know what I'm saying, Ray, I was like, damn, like, yo, you are tall. I was like, shit, nigga. Like he up there. You know what I'm saying? And look, and Ray would tell you, nigga, we walked out, you know what I'm saying, in the city. He showed me around and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, like when I walk, I don't walk you with my head down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was walking right beside Ray. And you know, and the girls were saying, "Hey Ray, how you doing?" And then he was like, "Oh my god, yo, it's the chick I used to, you know what I mean, blah blah blah." You know what I mean, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Ray is a suave dude. Like, he ain't shy at all. He holds his head high, like he's confident when he speaks. He knows, you know what I'm saying, what he's talking about, even though me and him don't necessarily always agree eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? But Ray is a man's man. You know what I'm saying? I am too. And we look totally different. We're total like polar opposites. I'm not intimidated by, you know what I'm saying, Ray's height. And he damn sure is not intimidated by how short I am. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 5'9". You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'9", 180, 185. You know what I'm saying? I hold my own weight. You know what I'm saying? Look, average height. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and that's the whole point, man. So, you know what I mean? You know, so just to be, you know what I'm saying, you know, to top it off, because I've been over here running my mouth, man. But you know, I'm telling you, man, this shit is all about
It is
confidence,
needed.
bro. This shit is just
It is needed.
all
Don't worry
about
about
confidence, man. Like, women are so easy, bro. They're so easy. And not saying easy like you're going to be able to fuck every last one you come across. But I'm saying they're so easy because they're very easy to impress. Like, women are very, you know, impressionable beings. You know what I'm saying? They're highly, you know, or they have the ability it to be influenced highly. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you be assertive and you assert your influence upon somebody, and a female that is easily influenced, come on now, you already know where I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's play the
So,
next video.
anyway,
Well said. Well said. So based on what I was saying right now, look at what I've been talking about. When I say it's like a grocery and you get different selection, he proved my point. You can play the video.
All right, let's play the video.
Here's the other biggest mistake, if you want to jot it down, that happens in relationship. Most people go to an intimate relationship looking to get something, and they have a bunch of expectations. And if their expectations aren't met, they're upset. And the truth is, a relationship is a place you're supposed to go to give something. But we've been all raised in different ways, and some of us have been raised to think that someone is supposed to look after, love us every single moment a certain way, whatever that way is. But the truth is, relationships are the most beautiful place on earth because, as I said the other day, What happens the minute you experience something that is really enjoyable, really beautiful? What's the first thing most of us want to do? We want to share it with somebody we love. Why? Because jot this down. The purpose of a relationship is to magnify human emotion. The reason you want to share that experience is in sharing it becomes more in you. You can only experience so much joy, happiness, pleasure in yourself. But when you have someone that's a beloved for you and you share it, it goes to a different level. Here's the other biggest mistake if you want to jot it down.
All right. Let's get Jake in here first because he's been sitting quietly, and I know my bad. I need to see you in the background by there.
Yeah, how y'all doing? Hey,
What up, Jake?
what's up, Ray, man? It's been a while since I seen you, bro.
Dude, hot minute, bro. Hot minute.
I'm glad you y'all back in 2025. Happy New Year to you. And I know I don't know y'all fellas, but I've been watching y'all for about 25, 30 minutes and stuff. So I'm just coming to jump on. You know, I'm a married guy, so but you know, I've been liking what I hear and talk. I like how he was giving you confidence and kind of building you up, telling you about what life is all about. And I kind of believe the same things what he was saying to you, brother. And yeah, I just want to jump on, man. Maybe I can add something to the conversation or not, you know?
All right. What do you think about the video I just played?
I missed it was broken up a little bit because I was typing and I went back and forth. So I missed Tony Robbins.
Let me play again really fast.
Here's the other biggest mistake if you want to jot it down that happens in relationship. Most people go to an intimate relationship looking to get something, and they have a bunch of expectations. And if their expectations aren't met, they're upset. And the truth is, a relationship is a place you're supposed to go to give something. But we've been all raised in different ways, and some of us have been raised to think that someone is supposed to look after, love us every single moment a certain way, whatever that way is. But the truth is, relationships are the most beautiful place on earth because, as I said the other day, what happens the minute you experience something that is really enjoyable, really beautiful? What's the first thing most of us want to do? We want to share it with somebody we love. Why? Because jot this down. The purpose of a relationship is to magnify human emotion. The reason you want to share that experience is in sharing it becomes more in you. You can only experience so much joy, happiness, pleasure in yourself. But when you have someone that's a beloved for you and you share it, it goes to a different level. Here's the other biggest mistake if you want to jot it down that happens in relationship. All
right.
Okay, I'll go ahead and respond. Well, he said intimate relationship, right? You gotta define intimate for yourself. Like for me, I like somebody that support me in all my endeavors, right? And my wife, she may like me to show her love, like hug and caress and stuff like that. So the same thing you putting into what you think is intimate is not the same thing that your partner's expecting. So expectations out front, you know, you gotta establish those things. And you want to ask your lady or whoever it is, how do you expect me to make you happy? And I think that's the first thing and foremost thing. So you'll know what you can do and what you can't do. You know what I'm saying? So so just because you believe something is intimate doesn't mean your partner will. So that's the first thing I would establish out of that. Just looking at that little brief snippet.
All right. Paul, go ahead.
Well, I was kind of going with Jake a little bit. He talked about intimate relationship, and then he talked about relationships in general. I think you need to be a bit more specific. Now, when I heard him say intimate relationship, I thought he referred to a sexual relationship. And so if that's where he was going, I would agree that if you're going into a sexual relationship, yeah, you could be going into it for selfish reasons. But I think if you're talking about like a marital relationship, then I do believe that becomes a selfless relationship where you do have to be more concerned about that person's needs just as that person has to be to yours. But it really depends on the type of relationship that you have and what the expectations are. So there's relationships that are transactional. There's relationships that are sacrificial. So unless you define specifically what it is, and even more importantly, the type of relationship that you want, it's kind of hard to really give like a one specific answer. But I think if you are looking for something long term, if you are looking for marriage, you know, and down the line, something that's going to last, yeah, you better get rid of some of those selfish expectations that you have if you wanted to, you know, if you want to be in it for the long haul. But any other relationship, look, if you guys just get together, y'all do your thing and go your separate ways, that's on y'all to do so. So,
Hazy, you want to go next?
Let me.
Nah, I'm over here looking at this comment. Yo, I did not know I was getting slandered like this, bro. This shit is hilarious, yo. I'm being called, yo, black men hate black women. Yo, I bully women. Yo, shut the fuck up, man. Get the fuck out of
Welcome to
here.
the club.
Oh my fucking god, yo.
All right,
Hey,
David.
look. Hey, look, I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy my other 4.5-hour trip, man. Y'all have an excellent live stream.
Be
You know
safe
what
out
I'm
there,
saying? Yo, I appreciate you. Yeah, this is
Try
hilarious.
not to run over no black women with your shit.
Yo, oh my god, this shit is hilarious, bro. Damn. Oh my god. All right, bro. I'm gone, man. Y'all be good, man.
Thank you for coming up.
I want to
Later.
speak on what Mr. Bennett said.
Go ahead, David.
Mr. Bennett said marriage is supposed to be a selfless relationship kind of thing, right? But what we see in American society, they're making marriage seem to be more of a selfish. What can I give from? What can you do for me? Kind of thing.
Question. Is
Go ahead.
women do not have the capability to be selfless? Like why are this is the problem, people. You're holding a woman to our standards. It's selfless for us. It is not selfless for them. It historically has never been selfless for them because they ain't built shit. It's not possible to be selfless in somebody else's house. That's the way it's always been. The only difference is now we're talking about it out loud, which is why they don't like it. Women are inherently selfish. They're the survivor of the species. They got 5,000 years of us just like catching harpoons and shit. And then when we finally say like, yo, we made air conditioning and houses, enough is enough, we're assholes. But like that conversation in and of itself, like selfless for women and selfless for men are two totally different things. If somebody broke into Bennett's house, his ass got to go downstairs and die now. That's selfless. There's nothing that she's going to do stuff that for her is comparable, but if he ain't sending his girl down, Bennett, you sending your wife downstairs to go get popped off by the burglar, or are you going to go downstairs and die so she can get away?
Unless you were trained to be selfless.
I mean,
unless you were trained to be selfless,
that's a
or
last
she
resort.
learned to
That's
be
after the man's dead. Her woman being selfless is my husband just went downstairs and died. I got to go die so that my daughter can get away. Or my son can get away.
So, Ray, are you saying, just so I understand you correctly, you're saying women are incapable of being selfless,
Unless
or
it's
that
dire
they are
straits.
selfless, or they express their selflessness differently?
It's
I agree with
expressed-
you. I think
it's
men and women, I
expressed
think, certainly have
differently,
different
but
roles.
it's not
I
on
agree
the
with that.
same level that we do, which is why men get upset when the
I got no issue with. I got
Yeah.
no issue with that. But what I am saying is, however level of selflessness that she takes on, she needs to be able to exhibit it if she wants to stay in a healthy functioning relationship, a healthy functioning marriage. So in the ways that I need my wife to be selfless, more times than not, she is.
Yeah.
Right.
So again, I'm not saying we got to be, we're not on equal levels of selflessness,
No.
but like I said, whatever I need my wife to be, more times than not, she is that for me. Now, you
But-
can say that may come from a selfish thing. It's like, I need to do this in order to stay in this relationship. So be it. But the act of selflessness. Now, what are the intentions behind it is something more sinister. I don't necessarily spend a lot of time harping on that. Is she really doing this because she's being selfless, or is she? But she's doing what's needed. Again, sometimes in relationships, especially long term, you do what is required. Not necessarily what you feel.
Facts. And I 100% agree with you. What I was going to add to that, I was like, we all eat. Do you guys, everybody here, eat hot dogs, bratwursts, burgers?
Hot dogs are stretching it, bro.
Yeah, dude. Right. Okay. So we eat. Okay. So we can go with hot dogs. We all eat hot dogs. They're delicious. I don't think about how the hot dog's made every time I'm biting into the motherfucker. Like, I'm just a hot dog. So I'm not saying that like I sitting with a woman, you go, oh, I gotta be like telegraphing every move and figuring out why she's doing it. It's just, that's how women are. Like, they want shit. They have shit that they want. The whole premise of dating is facilitating the shit that they want so that they'll fuck us. And then maybe just us. Like, that's how we got literally everything. Have you seen a man's place that lives by himself that don't got no bitches? It is sparse. It's a box, a TV, a mattress on the floor, and an Xbox. That's all we need. We don't need it. Look around yourself right now. None of the shit that's around you, besides a bed to sleep on, this computer we're physically using, and a TV with a game station. That's all we need. The rest of this shit is for them. The car you drive, most likely, is for them, because realistically, the only reason that we need to flex that ego and have a nice car is for them. We could drive a beater to get from point A to point B. We don't need much to subsist. And most men are happier subsisting without the shit. It's all for them. If you're dating, you can't come home to a box with a pop-out chair and a game station and a mattress that's on the floor if you want a chick to take you seriously. Or an airbed. 100%. But it's like, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't need the shit. Like, we would just be like, cool, like, we're just gonna fucking exist and do whatever. Like, I would have way more guns. It's like, honestly, I would just go shooting and I'd be at the fucking kart track racing. That's all I would do if I didn't go on any dates or have any prospect to bring a woman home.
Well,
I want to touch base
I kind
on.
of. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. One thing I want to touch base on, and I think Paul and Jake will probably agree 100% with me, is in any relationship you get into, definitely a marriage relationship, you have to start being a non-selfish person. You have to put their needs there too. And, being the asshole telling them what to do is going to tell you, go fuck yourself at the end of the day. If you ask, except tell them, how about, hey, ask them, hey, I'm going, for example, hey, what are you in the mood for? They'll go back and forth, whatever, and you come up with ideas. Let's get pizza. Let's something simple. Let's put a movie in and cuddle, whatever the case is. If you are, I know the nice guy doesn't always win, they say. I disagree. I think the nice guy does win. But you have to find the right woman to be the nice guy with. You have to have the right wing lives. I know you disagree, right? And that's fine. You can disagree all you want.
I will.
And that's okay. That's why we have this conversation.
It's not that I disagree, because I 100% understand that can work. And I do agree with you, because I do the same thing, because I treat everybody the same anyway. So I'd rather run you off for being nice and you being like, oh, well, like, Ray's doing whatever, and then me not care, and you be like, oh, he is kind of a dick because he doesn't care that I don't talk to him after he told me the truth that I didn't want to hear, or after he was nice to me. Like, I don't give a shit if you're around or not. But what I'm saying is, the way that you're positing this, you're going the right woman. You're talking about the woman that's going to meet your specifications, which means if you'll take any woman, 100%, like, yes, you go, okay, cool. Like, if I live in a trash culture or the dating scene's garbage, it's the same thing that I tell to these woke ass black chicks that are like, oh, you got to marry somebody black because yo mama black. I'm like, how long am I supposed to walk the earth with my head down getting henpecked until I get chosen from the man tree from some chick that's got 4 fucking kids and a credit score that's in the fucking gutter with a bunch of debt I'm supposed to fix because I'm an upstanding, productive black man? How long are you supposed to walk and look for this woman before you just solve for the fucking problem and go where women already act right? Like, that's my only question. I'm like, what are the metrics and what are the standards here? Because again, if you put in the work that I've put in to get where I'm at, you're not bending on shit. You're not.
Even in my case, I would not bend what I want. I have my own, what's the word I'm looking for? Standards that I look for a woman, and she has to meet my standards.
So my question, that's what I'm saying. So like, as we add in standards, you're taking each standard that you have based on like what you need, it doesn't mean that women don't like you. Cause like I hate that rhetoric that like, oh, chicks just don't fucking want you. Like you can be wanted by chicks, and it's just like, yo, like in order for me to be in a relationship, like I stated earlier, for me to be exclusive with anybody, I'm like, you have to be giving me the prospects of a wife and a fucking family. If those two metrics aren't met, you are disqualified from anything beyond casual dating.
Yeah, Ray, that's the only reason to get married, though.
100%.
Yeah,
That's what
so you you're wasting time. But I disagree with you with one thing though. I wouldn't, like, every man should want to strive for more. Like when I was in college, I stayed in a dorm. I wanted to move to an apartment. And after I got that apartment, I wanted to get a better apartment. And after I got that better apartment, I wanted a better apartment. So like I can survive the way you were saying. I just need like a PlayStation, a car. I could survive in like a garage with a bed, my car, and the PlayStation and Wi-Fi, right? But I don't want to survive. I want to thrive. You see what I'm saying? So that me upgrading is going to attract different people just by me wanting more. So the type of person I attract is going to be different. You see what I'm saying? And that's when I pick who I want from my standards. Like he was saying, like. That's when I established my standards of you can date me. I don't care if I'm 5'9". I don't care what you like. Either you like me or not. You know what I'm saying? I'll just move on to the next person.
Yeah. Which is that's what I'm getting at. I'm like, you know, you should be the best version, and people just don't work problems both directions. Most of the dudes in these spaces work a problem one way. This is what I want, and why don't these bitches that I want me? And that's the end of the conversation. Period. It's never, okay, this is the type of woman that I want. What does she want? And solve from the problem. They're not looking at it from both ways. They're just going, oh, well, you know, I'm a good hardworking man. I don't have time to go to the gym, even though I don't have kids. Like, there's no reason for me to not be in this shape. I don't have fucking kids. There's literally no reason. Like, when I see other dudes, I'm like, you ain't got kids and you're dysgenic as fuck. Like, you are an undisciplined man. Paul Bennett got a whole family that he done reared. He's in fucking great shape. It's called a fucking standard. There's excuses, in my opinion. I'm like, you're just off your fucking square. And that's probably why you're not getting what you want. Because you're not doing what the other person wants. It's a two-way street. You've got to be able to go, okay, well, if I want this type of woman, what are her expectations? If I want this echelon of man, what are his expectations? Like, that's the reason I tell people, I'm like, I have no problem being like, yo, I don't want to be responsible for somebody else's emotions or any of that shit unless I'm going to be married to them. And in order for me to be married, we need to be having a family. That's what it is. Otherwise, it doesn't even make sense for me to be in a relationship because I'm good looking, I make money, and I can just do whatever the fuck I want to do if I want to do that. Do I exercise that? Not really, because I'm working all the fucking time. So I have like one person that I really enjoy hanging out with, but it's just like, yo, like this can't go beyond a certain point because those are my standards for being with one person.
Can I ask Ray and Jake, because I think you agree with Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you are saying that there is no reason to get married if you're not going to have a family, bear children, or I forget what was the other thing.
If you're not going to have a family and have kids, like what are you doing besides watching each other die?
Well,
helping each other. How about helping each other die or assisting each other die?
I don't totally agree with that. I said it, but I really apologize for that statement. I don't totally agree with that. It is in certain ways, like if you're building up your career and you can't go any further, and you need like another, like sometimes it's a reason to get married besides having children.
Yeah,
but. For me,
just for example, if two seniors, you're both 60 plus, 65 plus retired, you meet, you have a relationship, and you decide that you want to live the rest of your lives together, and you want to live together as husband and wife. Is there anything wrong with that?
I'm a religious man, so I say it's nothing wrong with that.
Okay,
but if you're a secular person, I would say no. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but secular people get married. I mean, marriage is not just a religious thing.
I'm just saying the logic behind it. You're wanting someone to hold your hand while you die. Let's just call it what it is. That's all you're doing because you're not
And
not
that's and
fulfilling your
for some
genetic-
people that can be a very beautiful thing. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get to an age, yeah, she's gonna be changing your catheter and you putting a diaper on her.
Yeah, I just think
But
it's
you
a
do, but I'm
compliment.
just saying, but you're doing it together.
I think at
You're
that
living
point in
in
your
the
life,
house.
you have
If
children and
somebody, if you're
grandchildren, and it gets complicated when the mess gets complicated when you actually get married. You lay it out right, like get the will and all that stuff before it starts. Then yeah, I think that'll be good because
I think it could be a beautiful thing, and I've seen people in their senior years get married and they just grow old and die together. I still think that's a beautiful thing.
I'm not gonna
And I
argue
don't
with
think
you with
that's
that.
necessarily something that
You're right. I can't argue with you, bro.
I can't.
You're right.
I'm not
You're right.
arguing. I just can't personally close the logic wheel on it myself. Like I'm just like it just doesn't fucking make sense to me. Like it seems like a fruitless endeavor to like involve another person in me dying. Like I can do that on my own perfectly fine.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's
it
where
just
you
doesn't
call
start.
selfless and selfish come in. Like both of those people, I think have a little selfishness in them. You know, they want to be with somebody because they're getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have a lot, but I guess they're selfless too as well. So
yeah, like I said, you're
can't
gonna get to
argue
point
with you, bro.
you're changing your wife's catheter, putting a
Yeah.
diaper on her catheter, or
You're
you're making
right,
sure
bro.
she takes her medications on time, or giving her insulin shot, or what. I mean, but again, you're still doing things together. I mean, there's plenty of things that senior people do. Senior people go on cruises and they go to
Yeah.
bingo night, and you still have a relationship. It may not be, you're not, jumping out of a plane, you're not parachuting or whatever, but I'm just saying, but there's still a quality of life that an older
I
single
agree.
couple can
I
have.
think I
don't
agree
think we
with
should
you.
necessarily, say there's no purpose in that.
I think I agree with you, but if I draw if it was a debate and I had to draw one subject, I can argue both ways. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
Gotcha.
my only question is this. I'm like, okay, so by the time I'm 65, I should be rich.
2 years?
And I should still be able to make babies.
I hope-
So
and I hope- and I
why
hope
would
you
I
are.
not be on the Elon Musk plan and
I
just
hope-
bang
and I
a
hope
bunch of
you are.
hot models or something and pop kids out?
You
I
gotta
could
get
also
400
do that, bro. Like,
that's $400 billion.
why am I going to be changing diapers when I could be making babies? That's an honest question. That sounds like a much worse deal, is watching some decrepit chick that's my age that probably didn't take care of herself die slow when I could be banging hot model chicks and putting babies in them.
Ray, how old are you? Why you say decrepit chick? You're not that old, bro.
No, I'm 41.
No, he's talking about if
Just in
he's
general,
if
we're
he's
talking about
65,
65 though.
Oh.
and if he's only dealing with 65-year-old.
I'm just saying, like, so this goes back to the options that you have, and like, it's one of the reasons I think it's dope that Bennett got married young and early, and like he's been married since Jesus was around, which is awesome, and I think that's dope. So, having been married that long, though, he built with his wife, so his perspective on things is different because, like, the caliber of women that were getting married then are different than the women that are getting married now.
Bennett, how long you been married, bro?
Since Jesus was born.
This month I would have completed 28 seasons.
Oh, congratulations! I'm going on. I got a milestone coming up for me in April. I'm 10 years in April.
Awesome.
One thing I want to
Oh,
mention.
so you saw the resurrection. I was just messing
You're
with
an
you.
ass.
I
One thing I want to mention.
No,
hang on,
but I think you have a different perspective if you built with somebody versus if you so what I would want you to do, because Jake, you're closer to my age.
Yeah, I'm turned 40 this year.
Oh, okay, cool. You're younger than me. Okay. So imagine if you did everything to get where you are now by yourself and you were dating. It'd be a little bit of a different conversation, right?
I see myself and my friends. Like a couple of my friends are what I am, and they're not as happy as me. I promise you that. They are on the same level as me because we're both like a couple of one of them divorced already, and the other one is my best friend, and he's not married, but he has the same amount of kids as me, and they're both a little unhappy, but they are manageable, and we all are 3 doctors of pharmacy, so we are pharmacists.
Okay,
and I don't think they're looking for what I got a little bit. I'm not saying I'm the shit and stuff like that, but
well, no, you just figured it out. You were doing the relationship right. That's the part that's hard.
my goal was this though. Like not just school. My goal was to find my wife in college. My goal was to start a family after I graduated. Stuff like that. So
see, and I think that's dope. I mean, that's a goal of mine too. But it's just like the rhetoric you get from some of these guys. They're just like, oh, you should just marry any woman that like talks to you that you get along with. And I'm like, not if I'm not having kids. Like there's no benefit.
Yeah, they got stuck in y'all. They got stuck in thought culture. Thought culture.
Hang on. So let's say you meet a woman and she couldn't have kids for X, Y, and Z, but you're happy with her and all that stuff. You also have to add an equation. If she adds value to you, she uplifts you, she motivates you, or whatever the case is. Yes, kids are very important. I'm not disagreeing with that. That's the Christian dream. But sometimes is somebody who can uplift you and raise you. For what reason you cannot have kids? Adoption is an option.
Yeah.
There are.
Well, look, I mean, Pete, we did a show on our Gray Area show where we talked about, I mean, more millennials and young and older Zers who are marrying or opting not to have children at all.
Yeah, that's because they're broke.
Not all.
I mean, I'm just saying.
But again, there's some who simply just do not want children. They'd rather have dogs, or they'd rather or commit themselves to things where again, because I can definitely tell you this. I mean, children is certainly a much more of a sacrifice. When you're double income, no kids, or when you're dinks, you have a lot more freedons to do what you want to do when you want to do it. When you have kids, you have to be grounded. At least one of you guys has to be grounded.
Yeah.
Some people just like to be together and travel the world and do all kinds of, things together. So again, I still think that even in that, as long as they have a purpose for why they want to be together, I still think that works also. So to me, it's still about compatibility. It's still about, are your oars rowing in the same direction? If you, the big thing that sucks, and I've known people broken up because of this, is like, yeah, you might have went into it where you didn't want kids.
Yeah.
But then once that biological clock starts kicking and stuff, and then you start seeing your girlfriend start having babies and everything. Yeah. And you're like, I think I might want to have kids now. I've known one of my besties. He broke up with his lady and they were together for like 5 years.
Yeah.
They weren't married, but again, he was pretty set. And now, mind you, this guy comes from a family of like 4 or 5 brothers he had. So he's got the family. So I never quite understood why he didn't want kids.
Bennett.
But he just did not want kids.
Nature.
It's more for the man that it's a legacy thing. Like if a man ever comes to conclusion that he wants a legacy, it's over for the lady that can't have children. And it's he can have children forever. Like he can have children at 70 and she can't. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be a problem for her all the time.
Yeah. So let me ask you something, Jake. So then, Jake, so do you find, so let's say if a man, you talk to a man, he says, I do not want kids, even though he is biologically capable of having them. He's young enough to have kids. Do you find that odd these days with this new generation? Or do you think, are you seeing that that's just becoming more and more guys are just saying, I don't want kids?
I see it like how you said. It's like the end of life stuff. It's a light bulb that pops open when they see their parents and stuff end of life, and they have somebody taking care of them, or the kids, or their wives, and they have somebody that's showing them love right before they pass, and they want that all of a sudden, and they're 40 years old, and they're looking at their spouse that can't have children, and they make a dramatic change. That's all I see a lot that happens.
Right.
But
I'm talking about younger guys.
Younger people.
I'm not seeing that with I'm talking about 20, 21, 22, 25-year-old young men.
Yeah.
Young men
talk to them about having kids. It's not first of mind.
Like that's a logical response. If you're in an environment and you're like, yo, I'm never going to be able to buy a house. How the fuck am I going to have kids? It's very logical. The issue is, and the reason that your friends broke up was because their genetics took over. Because it doesn't matter what the fuck we want. We are a fucking organism, dude, with a brain inside of it. And we rationalize things, and we make up all sorts of fucking stupid stories to overshadow and explain 5,000 years of what we've been put here to do, which is fuck and make people.
Yeah, and a
what
lot of the rhetoric right now is like, I gotta build myself up to be a high value man, and then I get everything that I want. Rather than let me build with this lady, I'm never gonna be a high value man, which is realistic more so than often. And let's just be mediocre and let's have our children. Let's build that from there, that point.
Yeah, but what's but in this society, what's mediocre? You're a fucking peasant. That sounds terrible. Like it just does.
Hold on.
And it also goes counter to what you just said, which was be the best version of yourself. Like those two things aren't going to coincide. We live in a society where there is a benefit for a woman for leaving a man. So whatever you guys build together, she's just going to take it all.
But
we know how that is.
If you're in your 20s, you're going to be mediocre regardless. You can't compete with me.
100%. But what I'm saying is, this is coming from the other side of it, because like I deal with high net worth individuals. That's what my company does. And you're seeing people who've been married forever, and these chicks are trying to get their fucking retirement out of these dudes. 20 years, wakes up one day, I fuck you and the kids, I'm out. You're giving me money.
Hey, I lost all my Bitcoin on the ship.
Facts. Yeah, I lost all my guns in a boating accident.
Okay, hang on, guys. Hang on.
Hold on.
Hang on, David. Hang on.
Jump in.
You can get your thought in 1 second. Leonova has a question here. I want to very seriously ask it.
Okay.
What if she cannot send? Would be okay with a surrogate? What do you guys think about that?
Surrogate is fine with me, as long as it got my seed in it. So.
Yeah.
Well, question is how you go about the surrogate.
You pay for it.
Mm-hmm. There's a process for that.
Oh,
you Google it.
No, hold on. I know that the process for that, but there are some people in that ideology based on either their belief or what they feel, they will not go through the scientific process of that. That's what I'm going to say, because I'm an African, which I was trying to put some insight into the conversation. So if you're going to do the surrogate,
it's both of our genes. So I'll take her egg and I'll get my sperm. So
I know that's the scientific part.
That's the appropriate way if I'm gonna be with my wife and have a baby.
But what David's saying is, if you're gonna just put the baby in the surrogate and have the surrogate's baby, and they just give you the baby, there's a lot of legal issue with that. Actually, because like that's her DNA too now. So like whoever the other half of the DNA is has a say in it. You know. So I would only want to do that with like Jake's perspective, like you're taking the egg from your wife and then your seed and putting it in somebody else. Because if you just go clap somebody else up and have a baby, they could not give it to you and put you on child support.
and here the thing, we live in a country that have multiple ethnic groups, and the definition of surrogate will never apply to be the same. This is why I'm saying when you mention surrogate, you forget that we're not the only group of people out here. There are people who are willing to say, you know what, I cannot have baby, but I'm willing to have this woman have baby for us, so to speak. Keyword, surrogate. She signed a contract, we have a binder, we make sure we had all the dot and IT crossed out. She popping baby for us to have legacy. And there's some people okay with that. But when you mention about how marriage is, let's be real. The younger generation are not looking to build with a guy. Based on one, who is teaching them how to be wives. Remember when I said it earlier, we had 4 types of groceries. The society we have in the United States is more like food bazaar, trash.
What you call it?
Food bazaar. Because there's food bazaar, there's Stop and Shop, there's Trader Joe, and there's Whole Food. Whole Food, Trader Joe produce quality wife. Stop and Shop, Food Bazaar, Thoughtville. And what we see on the massive amount of number based on present time, it's more Food Bazaar. No one being taught or trained or learning how to be a wife. They think they understand it. So when God say, you know what? According to Reckless Ray and biblical aspect, man do travel far to find wife. It have been.
I gotta ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What is a wife? Define a wife. if a lady's watching today, and you had to define a wife, how would you explain what is a wife to her?
So, David, define the wife,
I'll
and
say
let's go in on final
I'll
thoughts
say,
after
I'll
that.
say she's a pervert
You heard me?
31. I'll be straightforward. She's a pervert 31 woman. Period. You can't fall to that category. Shut
What'd you
down.
say?
What?
She's a pervert 31 kind of woman. If you're not on that level, shut the F
All right.
up.
Proverb 31.
Yeah.
So let's get in our final thoughts. David, you go first. Ray second. Paul and Jake, you last. All right, bud.
All right, that's cool.
All right, go ahead,
Okay.
David.
This is a very interesting conversation. We need to have a part 2 because there are too many aspects and too many factors in the conversation regarding relationship. I have to agree with the Bennett. Relationship should never be hard work. But the problem is, based on society that have changed over the period of time, it's now becoming hard work, whereby men have to build and prove themselves or prove their self-worth. But while on the other side of the road, women don't have to prove anything anymore when they can claim to be what they are, but there's no appraiser to prove their worth. What I find I kind of jacked up. But I hate to say that, I'll make it crystal clear. When I'm referring to wife, I'm referring to the biblical aspect of a Proverbs 31 kind of woman. That's what I'm looking at. Even though you have Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 to 33, and we got 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1 to 7. But the thing about me is that when it comes to dealing with aspect of what a quality woman is supposed to be, I don't have to be locked down in the same demographic because biblically speaking, if you have been showing the scripture, since most of y'all don't like to read anymore, men do travel far and wide to find a wife. So if I cannot find a wife where I'm at, where the soil is crappy, I'm allowed to go elsewhere. So about all me, all that bullshit, when you're a bachelor down black man going out there to travel to find a wife, you sound pretty immature and um, more like an undesirable element, so to speak. Because if you're not portraying the quality that a man should look for, it's none of your goddamn business. A man have a right to go wherever they want to go to, regardless how they feel, to find a wife. If you don't find a wife here, you can go to another country. You shouldn't be shamed for it to find a quality relationship. It's just that your quality is low or below par. That's just what it is. And all these talking point bullshit y'all been bringing up out of your head, you know that shit does not test the temp. Whew, let me calm down. These ideologies don't carry weight because it haven't gone through the test of time and have not been proven correctly. What we have here in today's society is a bunch of mindless idiots making up rules for themselves. And Trevor One did no such as a proverb member, which you don't have no common sense to read the scripture properly. Don't come with me with that bullshit. On that note, unless you really have been reading the Bible since the age of something like I have, understand it very well, don't come with me with that bullshit, because I will beat you up with the
What?
word. Okay?
Our relationships are a lot of work. They are. There's going to be work in some form or fashion. What people define as work is semantical. In order for two people to get along, they're two individuals. They're going to have to learn each other. They're going to have to learn how to work together. Hopefully, if not, you're going to be living in some form or fashion of hell. And that's just kind of the way that cookie crumbles. The way that we go about picking people in the West is garbage. Everyone has conflated expectations. People want more than what they are themselves or what they're willing to do themselves out of other people. That seems to be a standard. And for those of us who actually do put in the work, we're repellent to women because they also want someone who isn't capable of leaving them. They want someone who's codependent a lot of times. And that also kind of sucks, but you don't have to deal with the people that aren't for you. And when it comes to marriage, in my opinion, the way that I'm looking at it, you only got to get it right once. So, you gotta weed through whatever, make the necessary adjustments. Like David said, you can't find somebody where you're at, move, start traveling, start going to other states. And I'm not saying necessarily even traveling out of the country. I live in a shitty dating city. I go to other cities And it's way easier to date because like if you get good at dating in Kansas City, like honestly, dating everywhere else is super easy. But you know, if the culture that you're in doesn't fit, then start doing some research on where the culture does fit. Find places where women appreciate men. Go there. See what that's about. People have opinions on everything and have never left their fucking block. And it's insane to me. And they say the most outlandish, out-of-pocket shit that just is blatantly not grounded in any type of reality. And you can tell by looking at them that they haven't done the work. So, you know, it is what it is. Your work's going to happen either way. You can do the work to make things work, or you can do the work after the fact while you're going to a therapist to deal with your trauma. Those are your choices. And I'm going to leave it on that.
Amen.
Well, I was kind of blitzkrieg tonight with a lot of the commentary here. In short, again, I do not think relationships are work. I think we're work. I will push back maybe a little bit on David when he talked about, you know, society's forcing men or women are forcing men to be a better version of themselves. Look, you better be a better version of yourself as a man, period.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the current times aren't telling you anything, this society's not waiting for anybody.
Mm-mm.
So you have to be a better version of yourself, whether you're with somebody or not, just to survive, or you're going to be out on the street. But what I find is most things that people do individually work very nicely in relationship, but for some reason there's this disconnect. So again, you going out there applying yourself, getting skills, trades, education, what have you, building yourself up, you're going to have to do that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You need to learn how to cook as a man. I've been cooking since 8 years old. You should know how to prepare a meal for yourself and not just a TV dinner in the oven at 450 for 35 minutes. You need to be doing that anyway. You need to know how to do laundry, how to you know, live independently. And all you're doing in a relationship is that you're simply just combining with someone who hopefully has some knowledge of some things also, so that you could do greater things together. The purpose of the relationship is to do more and to be more than what you could be as an individual. It doesn't have to be the same. It could be complementary in many respects. But what you guys bring to the table, the sum of you, 1 + 1 should be 11, not 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think all this work that we're talking about, it's just about understanding. It's about humility. It's about respect. It's about listening and complying. Again, you do what is proper for the relationship. I don't care how you feel about it. Especially in a marital relationship, the marriage takes precedence over your individuality. And if you're not in position, if you cannot do that, then please don't get married. Now, again, when I got married, I wasn't necessarily up to that mindset. I got married for very selfish reasons. I did not have the gift of singleness, and I needed a wife. But even then, I still knew that if I was going to be a husband, then there were certain things that I need to be able to do and be as a husband. So again, someone please explain to me where the work is. Ray talked about getting along with people. You're gonna have, if you work somewhere, if you work in a corporate environment, if you have employees, if you have a team, you're gonna have to learn how to. Why is it that you can join a football team, a basketball team, baseball team? Everybody knows what positions are. Everybody knows their role. Everybody can get in line. But for some reason, I've seen corporate CEOs, men or women, you lead 1,000 people, but you can't get it together at home. Or you can't take that corporate hat off when you get home and be what that person in your nice. Shout out to John Young. Yes. Swanson, Salisbury Steak. Yeah, those were dope. I grew up on those back in the day. So I'm not poo-pooing. I'm saying, but again, Learn how to make your own Salisbury steak. You could probably make a better version that came in from the Swanson box. I agree with that. But yeah, they were dope growing up. All right. And the banquet fried chicken that came frozen in the box, you put that in the oven again, 450 for 30 minutes. Primo too. Yeah, I grew up on all that stuff. Stouffer's meals, yeah, all that stuff. I'm very familiar with those things. But again, learn a skill, learn to go beyond that as well. And it's probably healthy for you because you don't know what they're putting in that stuff. At least when you make your own food, you know what's in it. So I'm saying that, again, all these things that we easily know. A black woman can go into an office, any woman go into an office and knows what respect is. But when you come home, now it's different. Well, same with a guy. I'm not trying to be gender specific here. But everybody knows what to do. But for some reason, when we come to our relationships, common sense just kind of goes out the window. But it's not work. The work is here. And you need to conquer this. Because if you don't, I don't care. I'm sorry, passport bros. I don't care where you go around the world. If you carrying this with you, you may be simply just introducing problems into that whatever relationship you may find. Unless the person absolutely doesn't care, whatever, she'll be willing to tolerate anything from you because she's just happy to be here or get a green card or whatever it is. So again, yes, me being a man is work. But when it comes to my relationship, the great thing about that happened with my marriage is being married helped me be a better man. And it's statistically proven married men typically make more and live longer.
Mm-hmm.
So again, marriage helped build me up. So yeah, I'm definitely pro marriage. I'm pro relationship. I still think there's great women in this country. But if you got to go outside that, I'm not hating you for it. But I'm just saying. But what you're bringing with you, what are you leading with? Because most communication is nonverbal. But if you're leading with this negative energy, then I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work for you. But that's all I got on the subject. But again, stop making things harder by overthinking it. But just do what's necessary. But it's just amazing how in so many different situations, you comply, you do just like that. But for some reason, with the person who you're supposed to love, it becomes hard. I'm sorry. I just don't get that. So that's all I got on.
Yeah. I want to say marriage is or just a long-term relationship or marriage or whatever you choose is it's an investment. And with every good investment, you got to get in early. And so I say, why play around? You got your girlfriend, you got your boyfriend, you're in your 20, 22, 23s. Just go ahead and just take care of business. Get it done. Because volatility in every great investment, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. It just means that you're probably in the right investment, but everybody don't know about it yet. It hasn't calmed down enough. And just like NVIDIA or Bitcoin or anything like that, it goes up, it goes down. The volatility is crazy. So you're in your 20s and you're just learning each other, but you're growing and you're studying the asset. That's your wife or your lady, and you're understanding that asset. And when you get in your 30s, you know the asset. You know what's going to happen. You know everything that's going to make it go off. You know all the politicians are going to talk about it this way. It's going to go down. You know all these politicians over here going to talk about it this way. It's going to go up, just like your wife. So once you know that person, you're in your 30s, you're solid. You're good. You know what ticks it off. You know what brings it back. And from a man's perspective, that's how I look at things. And what I'm trying to say to you is just it's just pretty easy. Just get in there, treat it like an investment because it is the rest of your life. So no different than a 401k. You got to keep pouring into it every paycheck, every week, every day, or whatever it takes. You got to keep pouring into it. So if you're gonna trust somebody with your life, man, get in it early, learn them, y'all grow together, and that's the best thing I can say. I don't have a long conversation, but that's kind of what I did, to be honest with you. And I only can give you what I got, you know. But that's all I got, bro.
Guys, I want to thank you so much for everybody coming up tonight. Everybody had a different opinions, but that everybody has a different point of view on this. I gravitate more towards Paul's views on this stuff and Jake's. No offense, David and Ray, we might see different eye on this. But let's go to a quick schedule update and let's get the heck out of here. So for so for Saturday, we are talking WWE catchphrases. This will be an interesting conversation. Definitely what happened last week on WWE. And the gray area, we're going to have an open panel. So everybody wants to come on, just come up and let's chat it around with us. And on Wednesday, Wale and Dave are back at it. They're talking about Naruto, the ninja. Boom. That's going to be a conversation I like to see how much they're going to be arguing about. And next week, Paul is going to be running the show. I'll be here, or I'll keep him in check a little bit. Talking about the John McClane complex. So, do you want to explain that a little bit before we go, David? Paul, me?
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, I'm a big diehard fan. But the one thing that I always found interesting with John McClane was, as great as we all saw he was, for some reason, he couldn't get the respect of his family. I just never understood that. He saved his wife from an airplane. He saved his wife from a burning building or whatever. His kids hated him. His son hated him. So it's like a guy gets no respect in his own house. And I think that certainly there's some men who may be feeling that in many ways you're obviously you're not jumping out of helicopters, but you just feel that you're doing what you can. But a lot of guys, like the Rodney Dangerfield thing, that you don't get any respect. And he's always been, for me, the ultimate example of disrespect. And so that's always annoyed me in the series. I mean, it makes him human, I guess, to an extent. You can't make him Superman, but it's just amazing that as many times as he's saved his family, there's always a problem. So I just want to kind of talk about that a little bit, and have some fun with it. But certainly people who are available can certainly join the dialogue, and maybe we can, maybe it's a bigger issue than what we may understand. So, but again, trying to keep it respectful, keep it light, but have a conversation though.
I agree. All right, let's get out of here. Dave, you got anything else before we go?
Not to do. It's a great show, but they need a part 2 to this because the Bennett have a good view, but at the same time, we from a different era from what we are seeing now. So we are seeing a other side where Rod's point is kind of legit, at where Reckless Ray point is legit as well.
We need an on the porch, off the porch conversation.
All right, I guess that's the last thing you need to say, right? Paul, anything else before we go?
No, I'm good, bro.
All right, guys. As always, I am Ghost of Sparta. This was the Spartan Institute Network. Thank you for coming. Stay fresh, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.